Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel, Love It or More. This is going to be your September 2022 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. My apologies for August. I did do all the readings. In fact, I did them twice over, but they simply wouldn't publish due to technical issues, and so you didn't get them. So I apologize for that, but it was beyond my control. On the plus side, what's exciting about this reading is I have my own deck. This is a deck that I've created. This is all my own artwork, and it's one of a kind because there's only one print of this currently until I get it published, so you will never receive a reading like this. Just to be mindful, the energies are non-gender specific, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind, because it is a general reading. We will start off with the sound bowl just to tune into the energies. So if you would like to take a nice breath in and exhale. Okay, Scorpio, let us see what September has in store for you. We're going to do 3 piles. First pile will be current energies starting off the month. Second pile or middle pile will be anything that's unseen, any challenges or obstacles. And the final row will be the outcome for the month of September. Start off with the World card, major cycle coming to an end. In the middle row we have, let's see, we have Temptation. This is from the Good Tarot deck by Colin Baron Reid. And this Temptation card is the Devil card, but it really refers to coming into alignment and understanding of where you have to let go of certain attachments. Okay. And then the outcome is the Hierophant. Higher learning, spiritual ascension, working with the structures and higher organizations. Right. Use my deck now. Yay. Oh, I want to mix so well there. Okay, let's clarify the World card for Scorpio, please. Ace of Wands. Okay, so brand new ignition, spark, a creative idea, something that's really exciting coming in for you. And we have the Page of Swords. Okay, air energy there with the pigeon and the message around its neck. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles. Ooh la la, starting off very strong. So you really are starting the month off having completed a major cycle in your life, and now you're ready to take charge of the new thing. A spark of an idea, a new beginning, a new passionate beginning is available for you. And then we've got some really positive information coming in with that Swords energy, a messenger, right? And it's giving you the Six of Pentacles energy, which is equal give and take. It's a gift maybe bestowed upon you, monetary in value or some sort of resource, okay? And also puts you in a position of where you can actually share the wealth as well. It doesn't have to be a major amount of wealth, but it's a gift, right? Let's go to Temptation. Let's clarify Temptation, please. We will delve in deeper, don't worry. Ooh, that really went flying. 4 of Cups. Okay, so this is an energy of no man is an island. Okay, the man is sitting on an island with 3 cups beside him. He's got his water, he's got his fishing rod, he can actually quite happily live there. But at a deeper level, he's really quite unfulfilled. And if he looks up from his snooze, he will see a ship in the distance, okay, which would take him further and explore the world a bit better, right? But the question is he going to wake up from his humdrum, from his settled state, in order to experience more out of life? He's a bit complacent, he's a bit kind of bored and tired of the sun, he kind of doesn't want to rock the boat, pardon the pun, but actually there is an opportunity on the horizon for him if he would just look up and grab it. Anything else for the Temptation card, please? Oh, I see, because that's the only one. Okay. Right, we'll take the one on the floor, which is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Nine of Pentacles talks about independence, having your sense of security and knowing where you want to go in the future. Things are blossoming into life right now. Okay, so it's really the case of the attachments really over here is to do with, are you ready to let go of just being sort of stuck in a humdrum situation? Are you ready to let go of that? Or are you ready to take charge of your independence in terms of moving forward and taking a new direction in your life? Okay, taking what you've earned up until now and plowing it back into the soil and creating new harvest from it. Let's go to the Hierophant. Why is a Hierophant here, please? For Scorpio. Thank you. We have the Moon card. Okay, so maybe something is not so clear cut for you. Perhaps things are feeling a little bit emotional at the moment. It is a full moon, so it could be respective of the full moon in September. But it again, we've got this like lone wolf here, right? This lone, no man's an island and lone wolf. So we've definitely got this thing of like trying to figure out with yourself. It's like the energy is like you're feeling very much on your own, because this is a lonesome energy, this is a lonesome energy, and this Nine of Pentacles is kind of going solo. It doesn't mean that you don't have a partner with you, but it's really kind of about talking about independence in a very positive respect. But it may feel like you are doing this journey alone. Okay, it could be just like a spiritual journey alone, but I am getting the lone wolf vibe here. Okay. And so 18, which reduces to a 9, which talks about endings too. Anything else for the Hierophant, please? Thank you. We have 2 cards here. We have 9 of Swords, so maybe some anxiety. If you look closely at the card, the woman is trapped in a cage beneath the water, and there are sharks around her. But the question is how you really look at this card. Are the sharks playing with the rescue mission, okay, of the rope being lowered to her to rescue her? Or are the sharks interested in her? Okay, so you're caught up in the emotional body and the head space at the moment. But then we got the Knight of Cups. So then I see there is some offer coming in, some recognition, some offer of love that's going to fill you up. All right, so the Hierophant is really kind of that spiritual aspect of going through. It's almost like the dark Night of the Soul type energy. It's like working through illusions, working through limiting belief systems, working through the conditions of the mind to rise above in the Hierophant, to rise spiritually, to connect more to the heart space, to connect with more with that drive and the quality of there is more rather than less. Okay, let's clarify what this Ace of Wands is all about. Okay, so what's this new beginning, this new opportunity, this new inspired idea? Scorpio, thank you. Oh, we've got 5 of Wands over there, which can talk about competition. It feels to me like there's an opportunity that's coming in which doesn't really have much competition. It could be in an industry, right? If it was a project or something like that, it could be in an industry that is well established, but it's like you would be doing it a slightly different way. So it's not, no one's going to be doing it in your style. So because of that, there is no competition. You can't really compare. Page of Cups, yes, definitely offered in. Yeah, I feel like you're with the Page of Cups as well as a type of novice, right? He's an apprentice. He's not quite the King of Cups or the Knight of Cups. He's an apprentice. He's learning from the start and he's learning from the ground up. And I feel like this inspired action or inspired idea is something that can really be beneficial for you or lucrative, because the fish is in his cup over there, okay, which talks about kind of having more than you need and something that will recreate. But it does feel to me like this inspired idea, this project, this idea moving forward, while on the surface it looks like it might be quite a competitive a competitive industry, I feel like the way that you're going to do it, even though you may feel like a novice, I feel like your style is going to be quite successful, and it will separate you from the competition. Let's go to the Page of Swords, please. Thank you. You have the Four of Swords. So some news that's coming in that's going to bring great healing and a bit of a rest. It may even give you the opportunity to take some time out, have a holiday. It's going to give you something that just kind of rests the mind a bit and gives you that kind of sigh of relief. Anything else, please, for the Page of Wands? We'll take, okay. A moment's, the opportunity to rest, recuperate, and have the opportunity to daydream about what you want for the future to look like. We've got that Six of Pentacles again, so 100% you've got a gift coming in. 10 of Wands, so you're at the end of you're at the end of the road. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're carrying that final burden, which makes a lot of sense because we've got that World card. I see you plowing, working really, really hard in terms of how you can manifest more from what you need. And these are the things you're kind of thinking of. This is what you're healing through. Okay, with this news coming in, you're recognizing that actually the wheel is turned in your favor, and now you have opportunities. Now you have something that you can invest into. Now it's something, you have a resource that you can make more of. All right, and so that's why it's quite healing for you, because now it's like, well, I actually do have options. I do have things I can do. Let's go to the Six of Pentacles, please. Can you clarify the Six of Pentacles? Thank you. King of Swords, okay. Four of Cups again, and the Page of Swords. So definitely a lot of communication starting the month off for you. Lots of swords energies, lots caught up in the headspace, lots of communication backwards and forwards. And it seems like there's an offering coming in. It does look like it's something that could be owed to you because of that Wheel of Fortune card and the King of Swords. This is from some sort of governmental body. This is something from some sort of higher authority where something is given to you and you don't see it coming initially. So it feels like this is offered to you, and that's wonderful, and you get news of it, and it allows you that moment's breather to kind of go, oh, right, now I can actually dare to dream. Okay, and all this is happening because you've come to the end of a major cycle in your life, meaning you've learned everything you needed to learn up until that point. So this is definitely speaking of your money, your finances, your materials, your property, as well as related to work. Okay, because I do feel like you're going to be taking your money and plowing it into a new enterprise of some sort, even if it's a side hustle, even if it's a side, like a second stream of income. Let's go to temptation. Let's look at this Four of Cups for you. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles. Anything else? No, we know exactly what this is. So the Queen of Pentacles refers to someone who is quite domesticated, quite in charge, quite got all their eggs, like all their ducks in a row, basically. They sometimes can be a business owner as well, but they're able to balance their work and their home life. But really there's kind of not much time for anything else because they've got everything kind of organized and sorted. And it feels to me like you're kind of a bit, the attachment here is to remain in this domestic state of being on that island, not connecting and not reaching out to others. And so that's what you're trying to figure out in terms of your attachments. Your attachments here is your refuge at home, your home environment, your place where you feel like you don't want to upset the boat and it's not quite doing it for you. You're not quite ecstatic about it, but it's just ticking on by. And that's where you're trying to figure out, how am I attached too much to my island here? Okay, so those are the things that are coming to light in September for you. Let's look at the Nine of Pentacles. It's all about the Pentacles for you this month, all about money, 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 finances, and how that relates to your sense of security. Yep, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. We have three aces here for you in this reading. So definitely new beginnings, you're stepping up, all right? Again, we have the offer coming in, the opportunity, but this opportunity seems like it feels more reliable here then that does. That one can burn out. It's a spark. It can burn out very, very quickly unless you take action on it very quickly. Okay, this Ace of Pentacles is like a seed that you put into the garden, and you can nurture it, and it will continue to give you harvest season after season. But then you've got the Ace of Swords there, so it feels like you're seeing something from a whole new perspective. Okay, the Ace of Swords brings clarity, but it's like the truth serum based on that Nine of Pentacles. So you're starting to see that actually, if you're feeling more financially secure, then you have the opportunity to, you have more freedom available for you, and you know at this point that actually, if you focus too much on what you've got and not and trying to not let go of it, you can't actually bring in something new. So you can't keep the old and take the new at the same time. It doesn't work that way. You have to get rid of a stuck, stagnant situation, which is, it's fine. We humans adjust very well to situations. It's a bit wobbly at first, but eventually we just kind of get used to the humdrum. So the choice here is, do I stick with my island, or do I choose that independence and venture out, take that Ace of Pentacles, see things from a whole new level, and create a new reality for myself? And the only way you can do that is by paying attention to what attachments you have. Okay, where are you most attached to? Could there be an unhealthy attachment? It could also talk about toxicity. It could also talk about bad habits like drinking too much, smoking too much, or whatever that may be for you. But you've been stuck in a rut, and this is what this opportunity is bringing to light and bringing clarity and healing on, that you have been stuck in a rut to certain attachments, and now's the time to really kind of start to dream about a future paradigm for yourself, a new beginning for yourself. Let's go to the Moon card, please. Yeah. It's quite difficult to shuffle these tiny weeny cards. Right, the Moon card, please. Why is the Moon here for Scorpio? Thank you. Okay, we have the Empress. We have Nine of Wands, and we have the Devil again. Okay, so you are really in the Moon energy, very much like I was explaining before. The Moon energy casts a bit of illusion, a bit of shadow work with regards to what you're thinking about. It can be feeling quite emotional. It's, if you think about the light shining, a full moon shining at night, you can see things quite brightly because the moon is so powerful in that full moon thing. Excuse me. But it casts shadows on houses, trees, where the shadows are much larger than the actual thing. So basically, this is where you you're rising above from where you have been seeing more the negative side of things, more the darker side of things, more the kind of worry about certain things, rather than the Empress energy. Now, the Empress energy talks about creating something new, birthing something new, having unconditional love, being able to perpetually create more and more and more and more. Okay, but I do feel like you're battered and wounded because you come to the end of that Devil energy. You feel like nothing is so clear cut. You can't quite make sense of it. All right, now that's what you have been feeling with that Moon card, but because the Hierophant card is here, I see you rising above that. Okay, you're starting to gain more. You've just got that little bit of light coming, shining through to start to see things for how they truly are. And yes, you've been on a journey, and yes, it's been tough. Okay, and yes, potentially it's been toxic and actually made you feel quite bound. Okay, but ultimately the Empress is still arriving there, so you've got this little glimmer of hope coming through, because I feel like you've been shifting through the negative and the positive, but for the most part it's been negative. Okay, and that's why the Hierophant is here. You're rising above that. You're starting to see it from a higher perspective. Let's go to the Nine of Swords, please. Thank you. Yeah. Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords basically, it's like a type of self-sabotage card, right? We've got the 8 and the 9 here. So she is bound up and tied up, surrounded by swords there. But she doesn't realize that actually the rope around her is quite loose. She could unravel herself. She could lift the blindfold from her face and see that all she needs to do is just step away from the swords. So this is an area where you have been feeling trapped, isolated, anxious. It's affecting your sleep, all of that jazz, right? But again, because the Hierophant is there, you're rising above it. You're starting to see it for what it truly is, and perhaps you might be ready to take those blindfolds off. Let's go to the Knight of Cups, because that's what the Hierophant gives you in the end. The Knight of Cups, by the end of the month, you start to work with that heart space energy, which is really lovely. You start to work with what feels good, and you allow your heart to be your navigational tool, your compass. Okay. Can we clarify the Knight of Cups, please? Thank you. King of Cups. Beautiful. Yes, I love this. Okay. So, of course, this can be someone coming into your life, right? Because we've got two kind of court cards, really. But what I'm really sensing here is this energy, because the Knights are action orientated. They move with the energy. So he's moving with his heart space. He's wearing his heart on his sleeve. And the King of Cups is really like it's the graduation of the Knight, meaning that he is connected with his emotions on a deeply wise way. He's emotionally intelligent. Okay, he's not gonna erupt emotionally for any good reason, because he can see it from all perspectives and he's been through it all. So what's actually happening by the end of the month, having gone through that energy of understanding that there is too much of an attachment to things that are not really serving you, particularly as it relates to the home front, okay, or let's just call it your island. It could be your own business that you have and you consider that your island and it's you and that's it, right? When you start to recognize where the attachments are not really serving you and start to lift away from that with this Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Swords, by the end of the month, you're growing even higher by seeing where things have been a bit shady for you, where you've allowed your emotions to get the better of you by going down a negative route, okay? And starting to see what has actually been a little bit toxic. Has it been self-sabotage? Has it been people around you? Has it been your literal situation? Has it been your home? Whatever the case may be, you're starting to rise above feeling so trapped because you started off really, really strong. And in so doing, you arrive at the King of Cups, being a bit more connected to your emotional body and allowing that to inform your decisions forward. So we'll end off the reading with an oracle card. What does Scorpio need to know? Thank you. September, we have Keepers of the Earth. Ah, this is perfect. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors walk beside you. So this no man's land, this island thing that you've been going on, where you feel like you've just had to, you're kind of doing it on your own and you can't really rely on anybody else. It's basically saying, no, you're wrong. We've always had your back. We've got your back. You are the keepers of the earth, meaning that it's up to you to navigate and to guide others, because you're the ones that are kind of keep holding the light, even though it feels too stagnant. You're holding the light through all of that. So if you can make the changes, and if you can work with shifting energies and changes in your life, then what you do is you're enhancing that and you're holding that light power within Gaia, right? Within Mother Gaia, within all people, and basically allowing yourself to show and guide that energy is always changing and you need to move with the energy. It can't just be stagnant. It's got to move. You've got to shift. So if you're able to do it, you're able to help others. Okay, so you're definitely not alone. That's the biggest lesson of the whole of the month. No man is an island. You need others, you need supporters, and they're all beside you if you would just open yourself up to it and not be so withdrawn. All right, so that's all I have for you, Scorpio. I really hope that it helped. I wish you all the best for the month, and I'll see you next time. Take care.